Good morning, and welcome to, I'm probably going to get distracted again this morning, Winnipeg. Yeah, as soon as I press record, the action starts outside. Anyway, got a comment. One of the viewers says, maybe in the next episode you'll get some actual model building done. Well, that wasn't the exact words, but that's what he meant. Well, I don't know. In a few minutes, I'm going to be running to the lumber store or the timber store, whatever you call it, wherever you are. And we do have a rollback. We will do something here with our little piece of photo etch. Don't know what yet. I think the thing to do is to roll back and just let me get on with my morning and get things done. Yeah, and we'll see you after the rollback.
Okay, I realize that there's probably a lot of viewers out there that have no interest whatsoever in watching me go to the store and get my lathe. So at the bottom of the screen, I will put where you can scrub ahead to get to the end of this going and getting the lathe thing. However, you will then probably miss the part where on the way back, where I show you where the walkers cross the bridge. Yeah, you'll be able to see the bridge really good. But if you scrub through this, you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, it's up to you. Now, don't go getting yourself all worried here and thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to sit here for half an hour. Nope, I'm just going to do little segments of it. I will not do the time-lapse thing, however. I'm just going to do regular time, but just little segments of it. Okay, here's that pedestrian overpass that I was talking about. We are now on the other side of it. Just below that arrow on the other side of that berm, probably about 100 yards the other side of that berm, would be my house. And yeah, the walkers that we see, they cross over from our right to the left, turn around, and then go back again. Anyway, that's the pedestrian overpass that we see in the morning.
Now, unfortunately, I can't go directly home. I gotta go about 4 blocks out of my way to go around this.
Oh no, Murphy's Law kicked in again. Wouldn't you know it? Just after I left, my 2 truckloads of Pontos detailing photo etch arrived, and I wasn't there to accept delivery. Ah. Yeah, around yesterday, I guess it was around just after lunchtime, I started thinking about, well, maybe tomorrow I'll do something about the lathe. And then I realized that, well, my goodness, it's not going to happen all by itself. If I don't get on it, I'm just going to be a day older and a day more, might say decrepit and not able to turn pens. I want to be able to enjoy this. So I thought I may as well get on it. So I got on the phone, and as I mentioned, the guy on the phone said, yeah, we had a couple come in this morning. And when I went around the back to pick it up after paying for it at the front desk, oh, and by the way, that store, they don't have a fancy storefront, do they? But on the inside, it's a lot bigger, and they had a lot of stuff. They had a bit of a showroom going on where they had stuff on shelves and what have you. And anyway, went around the back later, and there was a big door there that they opened up that you could actually drive a semi into if you wanted to. And there it was, sitting on a pallet with a whole bunch of other stuff. So I thought, well, he probably was telling me the truth. Anyway, a couple of guys picked it up, threw it in my hatchback for me, and and I came home. Now you're going to see me wrestling this thing out of the car. And I didn't lift it except for one end. I only had to lift half the weight at any given time, so it wasn't too bad. It actually went better than I thought it would. I just sort of told myself, hey, I'm a lot younger than I think I am, and so it seemed to make a difference. I just didn't realize I couldn't do that, and we got it in the house as you saw there. Well, I guess a lot of you are going to remember me saying, in my exuberance and excitement, that in all likelihood, in the next episode, we'd be doing something with the sprue pen on the new lathe. And I'm realizing now that there's just no way that I can properly do that, because I could set it up on the deep freeze, or or I could drag up something from the basement that would hold it up in the air, but that would be a waste of time and effort. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly, over probably 3 or 4 days, measure the height. See, what I want is so that the spindle will be about this height, and I'd like, if possible, to be able to put my knees underneath. I don't know if it's going to work or not, and be able to work at it comfortably. That's the whole idea, to be able to sit down and work at it comfortably, which is what I can't seem to do on my lathe the big lathe down in the basement. Anyway, I know you're as anxious to see this as I am. So I already kind of know what it looks like, because somebody did a box opening online. So safety goggles. They look a lot like a pair I used to have down in the workshop. I've got about four or five safety goggles down in the workshop, but these ones would be brand new. I would probably be wearing a full face mask anyway. Well, we'll see how it goes. Okay, that's a lamp. Okay, there's a lot of little parts here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just bring the camera forward and we'll aim it down. You're not going to be able to see much, I'm afraid. And it's a little bit greasy. Typical of these sort of things that come from Asia. They grease them up really good. This doesn't look as bad as my metal lathe though was. It was unbelievable. But that's okay, I can clean it up. Alright, so yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my knees under that later or not. I'll move you in here. Just let me reposition everything. Okay, compared with the big one downstairs, it's like a little toy. But it'll do the trick. Yeah, it's too heavy for me to try and lift up by myself. I'm going to have to wait for my son to come over. When he comes over and has coffee with me sometime, he'll give me a hand to lift it out, and probably by that time I'll have the stand made. I think I can take measurements while it's down in the box. I'm hoping that there's more stuff underneath the bed that I can't see because there's a few things that are missing, like a couple of wrenches to loosen stuff, and there's a live center that goes in the right here. That's missing. At least they said it was included, but I don't see it anywhere. So it's got to be underneath, I hope. Anyway, we're going to have to wait until it's out of the box to see it properly. That won't be for a few days, I don't think. By the time I get the stand made, I have to go to the lumber yard or the lumber store. I guess in Australia you call it a timber store. Yes, and I have to get some 2x4s and what have you, and to make the stand nice and strong and the way I want it. And okay, I think that's about it for this evening. So yeah, we'll see you in the morning. Okay. It is just a coincidence that it is exactly 11 o'clock. And let's try not to talk about lathes or lumber anymore in this episode. I just want to see what this is going to look like if I drop this in there, if I can. I just want to see where it's going to want to bend. Okay. If this is right, oh, it's kind of hard to do, isn't it? I think one of the viewers indicated that this thing was going to be a problem to install. So what I'm trying to do is just get it back there and see if I bend it at that second. Yeah, I can see if I bend it back at about 45 degrees from where it is right now. Yeah, if I bend it back just, I would say right at that second post that I'm trying to touch right now, but having difficulty doing so. There, I grabbed the anyway, you know which one, right? You know which one. This one here. Okay, I finally got it. Okay, if I bend it right there, let's just get Andy's photo etch bender and see what we can do here. Then there also has to be a tiny little bend at the end here, I think. Just like about a millimeter. That's about it. Some nice engineering you went to there, Andy. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to use this one. We will slip on the macro lens and move right in.
which way do we want to bend this now? It has to bend the other way, so I gotta put it like this. It would sure be nice if there was a folding line right down the middle of this post, but there isn't. So no, I think I concluded that it looked to me that if it bent just this side of this post, it would be better. It's either going to be this side or this side of the post. And if I bend it on this side, then this whole piece is going to be too wide to fit in here. So at least that's my thinking right now. So I'm just gonna let me put the macro lens on. Where is that macro lens? Okay, now somebody had made the suggestion that, let me just pull this out so we get better perspective here, that possibly I could score this piece. Now, was he thinking of scoring right down the center of this post here? I don't know. I don't think I should try that. I'll probably end up, cutting it off. Now, maybe what I could do is just very, very lightly here, just very, very lightly, just drag the knife across it here, just without cutting it off. I don't know. I might end up cutting it though. Did I cut it? No. I thought I did for a minute. And then also right here, I'm just sort of eyeballing it, so I might not have it quite right. I'm probably blocking it with my finger, aren't I? Now, I don't know if that's going to help it or not, but that's about where I want the bend to be. Now, we only want to bend this about 45 degrees. Just get it in there. But if I have it too far in, then it's not gonna bend on the far side of the post. Okay, now we'll get our knife underneath there somehow, maybe. Gotta pick this up. There we go. I should be using a different kind of razor blade too. Okay, now we just want to go up about 45 degrees. And that is about it. Okay, let's just see how that's going to fit on our part now. I can sort of envision this. It kind of, yeah, I think it came out okay. Okay, let's quit talking about it. Let's put it in place, see what it looks like. Now, I think a couple of episodes ago I was talking about something to the effect of, this is the first time I'm actually doing this, or you're seeing it along with me for the first time, or something to that effect. And then I realized after I had done that same part earlier, very similarly, but this was actually, what I meant to say was, this is the first time that I've tried this part since I've trimmed it or adjusted it or did something. So I do try to, when I say this is the first time, it kind of is. Now that does appear that if I was to, you know what, I don't even know if I need to bend this back piece. Let's see if I can swing it around here so you can see it. Yeah, it looks like it has to be bent in at about 90 degrees. Well, but that won't work either. See? Yeah, I think that this back post should be bent in, not quite 90 degrees, maybe. Anyway, you can see it there just as good as I can. No, all I want to do is bend it right at the post. Now, is that catching, or is that going to flip out of there? No, it's not catching. Okay, it is now. Now, where is my knife here? Now remember, we concluded it had to be almost 90 degrees. Well, that's almost 90. All right, let's try that. See what we got here. Where this metal was thicker, it didn't want to bend as well. You can sort of see it's kind of... Okay, so I'm going to want to remember now that this piece is not glued down, so I've got to sort of hold it down the way it would be once it's glued down. Alright, I must have bent this somehow. Wonder when that happened. Okay, I just got to straighten this out here. Okay, I straightened it out with the Tamiya photo etch plier. Okay, so we've got to hold this down. Now it appears to me that when I hold this in here like this and pull this in, it looks pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So, see if I can swing everything around here. I'm just going to watch it in the monitor. Okay, I'm going to do the other side the same way. Okay, I've got the other side done as well now. And I think short of having a disaster here with these pieces, after everything is glued into place and painted, it's probably going to look, you know, quite acceptable. Okay, now G28 and G29, I forgot about them. They actually are in conjunction with all of this, and so let me get the tweezers here. How is this supposed to go? Is that going to go? Okay, I think it goes up against this part right here, because when this is all the way down, let me sort of wedge this in just a little bit here. Not too hard now. Okay, now is this piece going to fit in there? Yeah, it's not too bad. Not too bad. There, you can see it's going to fit really well. Okay, it probably will be the same on the other side. Okay, we now have all the pieces necessary for step 23. The next thing to do is to paint the parts, glue it all together as a module, and yeah, I guess what I'll do now is I'll get into the spray booth, and we'll do the XF19 all around the sides. Then I will paint the deck area dark. I'm starting to think out loud here again. I'm going to call it quits for this afternoon, folks. We did pretty good here, pretty good. For that viewer that wanted some more modeling done, I hope he's happy. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll be seeing you tomorrow.